Dear students, in this lecture we will see the convergence of monotone sequences. Let us see the result. Let Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity be a non-decreasing sequence of real numbers. Which is upper bounded. The sequence is upper bounded means its range is upper bounded. Its range is subset of R and it is upper bounded. Then Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity is convergent indeed it converges to its supremum and it converges to the supremum of the set Sn n belongs to I. So it converges to the supremum of range of the sequence. By range we mean this set of all images. Proof. So two things are given. Sn is non-decreasing and it is upper bounded. It is upper bounded means its range is upper bounded. So it is non-decreasing and upper bounded, or we can simply take bounded because it is already lower bounded by S1 as it is non-decreasing. So it is upper bounded means bounded. So let us see the proof of this. As Sn n is equal to 1 to infinity is non-decreasing S1 is less equal to S2, S2 is less equal to S3 and so on. Say this is first statement. Next, let M be the supremum of the set Sn n belongs to I. Supremum of Sn n belongs to I. Why this supremum exists finitely? Because this set is upper bounded. What we have to prove? That sequence Sn converges to the supremum M. Take epsilon greater than 0 by definition of supremum, there is Sn, an element in this set there is Sn such that, so we have seen the definition or concept of supremum, and in definition by using second condition, if you remember, the second condition was something like this: L minus epsilon is less than y, where y belongs to the set S. So in this case, y we are taking as Sn, L is m and epsilon. So if you don't get this step, I request you to refer to the definition of supremum, which I have given in notes as well as in one of the lectures I have explained it. So there is Sn such that m minus epsilon is less than Sn. Say this is second statement. From first and second, what can we conclude? From first and second, one term is greater than m minus epsilon, and as Sn is non-decreasing, all terms onwards n will be greater than m minus epsilon. So m minus epsilon is less than Sn, which is less equal to Sn plus 1, which is less equal to Sn plus 2, and so on. So we can further simplify this, or simply write this as whenever n is greater equal to n, whenever n is greater equal to n, m minus epsilon is less than Sn. This is our first statement, or say second statement, not second, I think third statement. Yes, so it is third statement. As m is upper bound of the set Sn, n belongs to I, that is range of sequence, Sn is less equal to m, which is less than m plus epsilon, because epsilon is positive, for all n belongs to I. Say this is fourth statement. Compare third and fourth statement. In third statement, this part holds only when n is greater equal to n. However, in fourth statement, this holds for n belongs to I. So if you want to combine this and this, we have to take intersection. So this and this condition will simultaneously be satisfied only for those n which are greater equal to n. This one holds only for n greater equal to n, while this holds for all n belongs to I. So from third and fourth, combining third and fourth, or taking intersection, or finding the value of n for such that both of these statements will hold simultaneously, we will have this. So from third and fourth, what we will have? If n is greater equal to n, then m minus epsilon is less than Sn, and Sn is less than m plus epsilon. That is, n is greater equal to n implies mod Sn minus m is less than epsilon. Thus, for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists n belongs to I such that this condition gets satisfied. Hence, limit n tends to infinity, Sn equals to m, and this is what we wish to prove. Okay, so in words, or in simple words, we can describe this statement as every non-decreasing and upper bounded sequence of real numbers and upper bounded sequence of real numbers converges to its supremum, converges to its supremum. There is a similar result which we will see. What will be the similar result? Every non-increasing and lower bounded sequence of real numbers converges to its infimum. So that we are going to see. Let us see the statement as well as proof. Proof is similar. The main difference in the proof is that instead of definition of infimum, we have to use definition of instead of using definition of supremum, we have to use definition of infimum. So let me modify the statement as well as proof. Let Sn be a non-increasing sequence of real numbers which is lower bounded. Note that non-increasing sequence is already upper bounded, so it becomes bounded sequence, and it converges. Then Sn is equal to 1 to infinity converges to its what? In this case it will be infimum. So I am purposely modifying the proof because it is similar. As the sequence is non-increasing, this inequality now will get reversed. So S1 is greater equal to S2 is greater equal to S3, and let us say this is first statement. Let us take small m as infimum of range of Sn. So m is infimum, small m is infimum of range of Sn. Sn belongs to I. As I mentioned, this is the key difference. Instead of using definition of infimum, supremum, we are using now the definition of infimum. So by definition of infimum, there is Sn such that m plus epsilon cannot be lower bound. Small m plus epsilon cannot be lower bound. So there has to be a term Sn which is less than m plus epsilon, so that m plus epsilon cannot be lower bound. This is by the definition of infimum. In case you don't get this step, I request you to refer to the definition of infimum or watch the relevant video for getting this. The video in which I have given you the definition of infimum. It is quite simple. If you think about this, m plus epsilon cannot be lower bound. There has to be at least one term which is less than m plus epsilon, and that term we are taking as Sn. So from 1 and 2, if we combine this, one term is less than m plus epsilon and all terms are now onwards n are less equal to Sn. So I could write this as, this is less equal to Sn plus 1 is less equal to Sn, and Sn is less than m plus epsilon. So it means that all terms onwards n are less than m plus epsilon, and this we could write as, if n is greater or equal to n, then Sn is less than m plus epsilon, small m plus epsilon. Okay, small m plus epsilon. As m is infimum, means it is lower bound. So as m is lower bound of this set, I could write this as Sn is greater or equal to m, that is m is less equal to Sn, and since epsilon is positive, I could rewrite this as m minus epsilon is less than m and m is less equal to Sn for all n belongs to I. So what we get is this, from third and fourth, as we had combined for the earlier theorem, we can combine this, and this will hold only when n is greater or equal to n, and the only change which I have to make is limit or infimum we are taking at small m and m, and this proves that limit of Sn is m. The corresponding statement in words will be, every non-increasing and lower bounded sequence of real numbers converges to its infimum. Combining these two results, we have very important result which states that every monotone and bounded sequence of real numbers is convergent. So remember these statements. Whenever we have monotone and bounded sequence, it is convergent. Every monotone and bounded sequence of real numbers is convergent. Thank you.